fantasy world monsters and their stats of how can you survive them. Actually, no. This video will be showing how fantasy world creatures can end your life. First up, the newest discovery of this thing. What is it called? Let me tell you. It's called the Alberto turtle. Alberto turtle. And there's no actual way how it's known. Because when people see it, they just think it's just a gigantic white beast here to eat. But instead, it's just a giant white turtle without its shell. And that is kind of confusing because turtles' shells are connected to them. The ways you can die from this creature is maybe getting stomped by their comically heavy feet that are as heavy as 200 tons, or their jaws that are extendedly big. Yes, these guys are omnivores, because they eat meat and plants for their nutrition, and that they put 20% of the tree's population down, because which kind of Alberto turtle has the most trees with the most leaves on the back of their back means how much attractive they are to female Albertos. And by the way, female Albertos don't need trees on their back. They're just naked on the back. Like this. You're a girl now. The baby larva. The only way to survive a baby larva or get killed by it, and mostly baby larvas are known to be named that because they're from Africa. African creatures, they're known to possess Africans. And modern humans, cavemen in this world, who knows? And these guys infect you, and when they do infect you, they started sucking your blood. Yeah, like mosquitoes. That's why they're called larvas. And they're known to have a overpowered ramming system on their faces that will crush you into like a million pieces. From stabbing you with their infectious things, making you even easier to be eaten by. So there is no way to survive them. But the only way to kill them is to use Okay, you can stop eating it. I said you can stop eating it. Get out of here, bad larva. Just imagine just walking in fantasy world, not knowing without knowing what is going to happen. And suddenly you see a whole lot of arrows, crossbows. And you might be wondering, aren't those going to shoot at me? But yes, but those aren't crossbows. These are fries. Bullet fries. And what are fries? They're literally the artillery machines of this land. Bang! Bullet fries are known to be one of the most dangerous species of wasps. Yes, they're this world's wasp. And mostly what you must know about is that they are just comically evil. They're literally the epitome of I love killing. There is also the fry rain, but we don't talk about that. Next up, the Tamkin. There is 100% chance that you can survive this guy because they're not that dangerous. They're known to just eat cactuses, and you won't even see one of these because they're from the desert, not from these rough forests. And mostly that they are known to pack a punch, so you can get killed only at times when you look, scary. If you dropped in mud and you look like a mud creek. But nobody knows how a mud creaking looks like. But the only thing that they know is that they are brown and they look like humans. Ground creaking is still unknown how it looks like. Sometimes it's known. Yeah! Here's a reason why you shouldn't go in these caves. These caves, there are giant spiders that want to ritually rip off your face and use them like clothing. Yes, meet the giant cave spiders. Ah! They're known to have the second most powerful bite in this spider list. The most powerful thing in these caves in Fantasyland is known to be known as a snake something. Snake something, I don't know. Get this idiot out of this universe. Well, let me tell you what would happen if you went through. If you went through the spider, remember, not every cave is just lonely. There are these gigantic snakes that make you look like Papa Jaw and like meatballs if it wanted to. And not knowing that it has the most powerful thing in the cave. It's the most powerful thing in the caves. Known to be found in many caves, most of the caves being known as the Slithery Spiders Cave. And there's like 400 different kinds of slithery spiders, such as the walking snakes or rippling claws. Pretty cool cave names, eh? But what is the most dangerous fry? Before we go to the fry, I just want to tell you. Imagine being in it, getting out of the cave, and going into a very rough jungle with massive trees, and out of nowhere, boom, your head is cut off. Meet the Hellbird, or Satan's Laughter. It's known to have the most hideous face in this world. Yes, Fantasyland is its own planet. It's known as, not saying the name because of dinosaur privacy, because it's literally just Jurassic Park related. Well, let me tell you, the first word of the name of this planet is Jurassic, and the last part of it is Overworld. Jurassic Overworld? No, there's a middle word that starts with G. And it's kind of like the word with like Reaper. The first word of, you could say, Reaper. What is the first word that will make the word Reaper into a name? The one who looks, the skeleton in a black coat and a giant staff with a giant snipe, with like a giant like stabby thingy on it. Yes, it's called Jurassic Grim World. A Grim World? What does that mean? The Grim World, that means from how many predators and creatures there are, and mostly how evil they can get. Just imagine you're cornered by the most annoying and overpoweredly fast creature, and on the other side you're cornered by the most hideous worm, the juvenile larva, and the chopper or the snapper. The snappers are basically the coyotes of this world, evolved from a fox. And these larvas are literally enemies with them. So instead of getting eaten, you would be more likely getting into a fight with a worm that wants to eat you and a fox evolved-like creature that wants to eat the worm and not you. Remember, these juvenile worms have very poisonous teeth. That didn't go so well. And the other one has even more powerful teeth, strong enough to make skin look like paper. Clack! Clackajacks! Next we have one of the most smallest creatures, the Landroverosaurus, that are actually the biggest species of their kind. You see, these guys are the same species as these, the Microsauruses. And how big are these creatures? Here is a melon. Well, Landroverosauruses, they have very painful bites, as strong as a lion. And feet, yes, these feet are actually known to crush their prey, snapping their backs and making their skull look like a deformed marshmallow. Now with an even smaller version, it still has a pretty painful bite, as painful as a hippo, but with the tail sting even painful. It's 400 times more painful than a scorpion's, and only needs one sting to literally turn you into bone, and it needs to suck your blood like a vampire. Bees. Most of these times, these Microsauruses, yes, that's their name, are known to have immune systems for their venom. But when they are in the group leader has sacrificed its immune system from its own poison for more, you can say, rudeness. So people like other Randoversauruses, Microsauruses, team up with and get into the gang, the big gang or team or whatever, like her. And mostly, let me tell you, have you ever heard of the name Mountain Giant? Well, here are they. They're just cavemen, gigantic cavemen. That's what these guys are. Next up, we have the queens of the fries. Oh yes, your majesty, Queen Fry. This is going to be 2 parts because I'm going back to my hive. See you later, guys. Swing, swing, swing. Yeah.